This is not a test.
It is said that con artists all share similar traits. Some of these include things like psychopathy, narcissism, and Machiavellianism. But all con artists have one thing in common, and that is the power of persuasion. And they all use it in their own unique way, manipulating innocent victims and achieving their ultimate goals, no matter how tragic and twisted things get along the way. Anna Sorokin was born on January 23, 1991, to her father, Vadim, who was a truck driver, and her mother, who worked in a convenience store. Anna and her family lived in Domodedovo in Moscow until 2007, when they moved in Germany. Her father became an executive at a transport company. Anna attended school. Here is the name of the school. I will not even try to butcher that. Her peers said she was quiet and she struggled to learn the German language. During her teens, Anna was obsessed with things like Vogue, Flickr, LiveJournal, and many other fashion blogs. After graduation in 2011, Sorokin moved to London to attend art school. She started at Gentry St. Martin's, but quickly dropped out, returning to Germany. Anna interned at a public relations company in Berlin, but she decided to move on from that and took off to Paris. When Anna moved to Paris, her parents were paying her rent, but she didn't keep in good contact with her parents. While in Paris, Anna did get a chance to intern for Purple, though, a French fashion magazine. Around this time, Anna Sorokin started going by the name Anna Delvey. Anna claimed that the name Delvey was her mother's maiden name. Her parents have now spoken out, though, and they have said that they've never heard of the name Delvey before. Anna has also admitted that she made it up. In 2013, Anna arrived in New York for New York Fashion Week. She found it super easy to make friends in New York. Having enjoyed her summer in New York, she decided that she wanted to stay. So she transferred to Purple in New York to continue her internship under the bright lights of New York City. She continued at Purple for a while, but as per usual, Anna Sorokin was ready to move on from Purple. Anna had come up with the perfect idea for her in New York, and it would fulfill her dreams. But it wouldn't be a dream Anna would easily accomplish. The new Anna Delvey had aspirations to create the Anna Delvey Foundation, a private members-only club and art foundation. She planned on this being the it spot for New York's social elite, and it would solidify her position in the often sought-after wealthy social scene. What Anna didn't plan on was her attempts at securing funding from New York's wealthy members in the social scene being unsuccessful. Anna had envisioned leasing the Church Missions House in New York with 6 floors. It was owned by Abbey Rose's RFR Holdings. It was a 45,000 square foot multi-purpose event venue and art studio. A perfect place for Anna to hold pop-up shops curated by Daniel Arsham, who she had met at Purple, and exhibitions by Urs Fischer, Damien Hirst, Jeff Koons, and Tracey Duke. Anna even considered selling drinks at the venue with Rue Rogers. Anna knew exactly what she wanted to accomplish, but the traditional way of getting what she needed to accomplish her dreams was not in the cards for Anna. But she wasn't going to let anything stop her. Anna would do whatever it took to accomplish her goals and live the life she thought she deserved. At a hotel party in Montauk, New York, in the summer of 2014, Anna Delvey stepped into costume and cloned the persona of a wealthy heiress for the evening, bragging about her wealthy friends, her frivolous spending, and the exclusive brands of clothes she wore. But she still had to ask some party attendees for a place to sleep for the night, and the next morning, Anna was found asleep in her car. Anna planned and held events, inviting people she barely knew to these events. These people noticed that Anna was rude and entitled, especially to service workers, yet Anna was still asking her guests for places to stay at night and to buy her drinks. All the while, Anna is vacating around as an heiress. You may be wondering how Anna was able to convince all these people to help her, buy her drinks, help her with places to stay, so she didn't have to sleep in a car. Didn't she have money? She was an heiress. She was exclusively dressed. She was entitled and wealthy, after all, but yet it seemed she had no money to pay for anything herself. Anna called people all the time, crying, exclaiming her credit cards were not working, and begging them for money in an emergency. They would soon learn that this was not just an emergency. You see, all of Anna's rich acquaintances believed Anna's money was held up in a trust in Germany, and it was coming soon, after she turned 25. All Anna needed to do was wait and make it through until then. At least that's what Anna told them. At a dinner party in 2015, Anna met a student from the University of Pennsylvania, who was also an art collector. His name was Michael Xufu Huang. Anna overheard him discussing a visit to Venice, and she casually asked to join him. Astonishingly, he booked the flights and the hotels, under the understanding that he would be promptly reimbursed by Anna. They enjoyed the trip. Upon their return to New York, though, Anna seemed to have forgotten their arrangement. Anna hadn't yet paid Michael as planned. Initially, he assumed she was just spacey and forgot, but he soon learned otherwise. In January of 2016, Anna booked herself a birthday party at Saddle's restaurant. At the end of the night, her card was declined, and the restaurant had found pictures of Huang at the event posted that evening on social media. The restaurant staff quickly reached out to Huang to ask him if he had Anna's contact info. After this, he was suspicious and began to find things didn't add up. Anna always paid in cash. She lived in a hotel. Her cards were constantly declined. Things were strange. Eventually, Anna repaid Huang, and he promptly blocked Anna, which ultimately ended their relationship. In February of 2016, Anna Delvey met Rachel Williams while living at the Standard Highline Hotel. Rachel was an editor for Vanity Fair. Rachel also had a negative first impression of Anna. Rachel first met Anna in a nightclub. She said Anna was rude to the staff. She wouldn't wait for other people to get off on elevators. So Rachel had a bad first impression of Anna, and somehow Rachel still ended up wrapped in Anna's web and soon became close friends with Anna Delvey. That is part of the persuasion and manipulation. Around this time, Anna forged documents using Microsoft that showed $60 million in a Swiss bank account that she couldn't access because it was in a trust. But soon, Anna was introduced to Gibson Dunn, a lawyer who put her in touch with large financial institutions such as Fortress Investment Group and City National Bank. Anna Delvey then proceeded to submit false documents in a loan application. The loan that she was applying for was for $22 million. Citibank refused to give Anna the loan, so Anna applied with Fortress. Fortress somehow agreed to consider it if Anna paid the $100,000 application legal expenses. At that point, Anna was somehow able to convince City National to grant her a temporary overdraft facility for $100,000 on the promise of prompt repayment. I cannot do this explanation very much justice because I barely understand what Anna was attempting to do. I get it, but I can't really relay it to you. It's kind of hard for me to explain because the math and the numbers part is a little bit too much. This scam is intriguing, and if you are interested in the numbers, there is plenty of other sources of info on Anna Delvey. There is a Netflix series, books, other shows, 60 Minutes shows, interviews, and I will link some of those in the description below so that you can get a better understanding of the numbers part of this money scam if you would like. And then maybe you can have a better understanding of the actual fraud that Anna committed. So if you're looking for those, the links will be in the description below. At this point, in December of 2016, the church missions house Anna had dreamed of having her foundation in was leased to Fotografiska, New York instead, and things were looking bleak for Anna Delvey. By February 18th of 2007, Anna was checked into 11 Howard Hotel in Soho, Manhattan, for $400 a night. She was seen often tipping $100 bills to a concierge she soon befriended. Her name was Neff. I don't know much about Neff, so I won't talk too much about her, but in other documentaries and the Netflix series, I'm sure they do talk a lot about Neff. I haven't watched the Netflix series yet, although I am interested. If you have, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Moving on. Becoming comfortable at her new temporary home, Anna billed her meals and massages and personal training sessions to her room. Soon, the hotel, realizing they had no card on file, was insisting Anna pay the $30,000 bill she had accumulated. So, what does Anna do? Has a bottle of wine delivered to the staff. But Dom Perignon wouldn't be enough to distract them, and the policy prevented them from even accepting the gift anyway. Anna's usual tactics of flattery would not work this time. In March of 2017, Anna was broke, completely out of money. She still kept up her appearances though, and tried offering to take friends out, but claiming to have forgot her credit cards at the end of the night they would end up paying. Sometime after August 2017, Anna was on a trip in Omaha, Nebraska, 11 Howard in New York. Although the $30,000 bill had been paid, still had no credit card on file for Anna. In response, they changed the entry pin to her room and put her belongings into storage. Using a tactic Anna learned from Martin Scarelli as retribution, Anna bought all the corresponding domain names for the hotel managers and staff and emailed them using the domains to ask for $1 million ransom for each domain. After living for 3 months at 11 Howard, Anna had to move. Her things were already in storage, and guess who helped her? In May 2017, Anna invited Rachel Williams, as well as her personal trainer and a videographer, on what was said to be an all-expense-paid trip to Morocco. This was to reset, inspired by Khloe Kardashian. They stayed at a $7,000 a night riad with 3 bedrooms, a private pool, and of course 5-star rating. They had a dedicated butler and were living in luxury. While staying at this 5-star hotel in Marrakesh, Anna had brought a videographer along to film the behind-the-scenes documentary of the creation of the Anna Delvey Foundation. She still has hopes, even though it has been leased to another company. She is still hoping that she can make her foundation somewhere. As per usual, the hotel staff quickly realized that they had no credit card to charge. So while in Morocco, the hotel that they're staying at is like, hey, there's no credit card on file, and they demanded the guest to provide an alternate form of payment. And guess who came up short again? If you guessed Anna, you'd be correct. Anna immediately turned to Rachel. She was the only option. The personal trainer, who was also a friend of hers, if I didn't mention it before, her name is Tracey Duke, had gotten food poisoning in the midst of the trip and left early. I'm not sure about the videographer, but I'm sure the videographer was also looking for payment that Anna could not provide. During this situation, one of the hotel employees was even fired because of the lack of Anna having a credit card on file. Anna eventually convinced Rachel to use her work credit card for a total of $62,000, which was more than Rachel made in a year. That was more than Rachel's yearly salary. But Anna promised to promptly repay her. And Rachel had done things like this before with her work card, taken trips and paid for them, and she had begun to trust Anna. So she thought Anna would repay her return to New York. As we have seen before, though, Anna continues to repeat the same habitual lying and scamming. She continues promising Rachel to pay her back, but then throws excuses after excuses at Rachel. Rachel was only ever repaid $5,000 of the $62,000 she spent, which she spent on a work card. I'm sure that affected her job. And she worked at Vanity Fair. I mean, how could that not affect her job? At one point, Rachel only had $410 in her checking account and had to borrow money from her friends to pay her rent. But Anna owed her $60,000. It is insane. Anna's actions really affected Rachel's life, and not for the good. Rachel has come out and spoken about her interactions with Anna, and if you are interested in Rachel's story from her perspective, I will link something, at least provide you with the title of Rachel's book. I don't know if I'll be able to get a link for it, but I will try, and it will be in the description. In May, Anna had relocated to Beekman Hotel in New York and quickly accumulated She quickly accumulated $11,518 of a bill at that hotel. She was evicted, only to move into the New York Union Square, another hotel, who was quicker to recognize her antics, evicting her after Anna failed to pay $503.76. She was also charged with theft of services for this, and soon Anna Delvey was again, to her disbelief, homeless. With no options and nowhere to go, Anna decided to turn to the personal trainer. The last time she had talked to Anna, she had paid for Anna's flight home from Morocco, so her personal trainer was the one who paid for Anna's flight home from Morocco. Rachel paid for that whole trip. I'm sure she was like, I'm not going to pay for you to get home. Her personal trainer paying for her trip back to New York from Morocco was not like a friendly favor. Anna asked for first-class tickets and proceeded to drink and eat and enjoy all the luxuries on her personal trainer's dime. So needless to say, she wasn't very happy to see Anna. And Anna had shown up at her door, interrupting a date she was having anyways, with entitlement, asking for a place to stay. Or demanding, maybe. Anna also asked Rachel Williams, unbelievably, she asked Rachel for a place to stay, and Williams had said no. She said Anna had thrown a crying tantrum when she refused, and that is why Anna was at the door of her personal trainer. Anna was also caught trying to dine and dash, but claimed to be able to get it paid by a friend in 5 minutes. But little did Anna know, she was already being investigated for fraud. Anna had deposited bad checks worth $15,000 into her signature bank account on August 17th and the 21st in 2017. She withdrew $8,200 in cash before those checks were returned. Anna Delvey, a girl who had lied about her entire identity and scammed so many people in her journey to fulfill her dreams at any price necessary, was arrested on October 3rd, 2017. Anna Sorokin was caught. Police officer Michael McCaffrey with the New York Police Department, working with Manhattan's district attorney in an operation that brought down Anna. Anna was in California. McCaffrey had Rachel Williams arrange a meeting with Anna at Passage Malibu. The two met for lunch, and Rachel had the goal of getting Anna to willingly leave the Malibu facility, which she succeeded in doing. As soon as Anna left the facility, LA police arrested Anna, and she was swiftly indicted to Manhattan's district attorney. 2 counts of attempted grand larceny in the first degree, 3 counts of grand larceny in the second degree, and 1 count of grand larceny in the third degree, and 1 count of misdemeanor theft of service. On December 18th, 2018, Anna Sorokin went to court in New York City. Sorokin rejected a plea for 3 to 9 years and chose to go to trial instead. On March 20th, 2019, Judge Diane Kiesel presided over the court as Anna Sorokin's trial began. Anna, being the luxury-hungry, shallow, entitled girl at heart, had her defense attorney arrange an entire wardrobe stylist so Anna could show up to court in a different high-end, expensive outfit every day. Anna was going to be seen by the public. She knew this case was being publicized and had attracted media attention, and she refused to be seen in prison-issue clothing. She even went as far as to throw a temper tantrum, claiming her outfit for the day had not been pressed. Anna's tantrum delayed court that day for over an hour and a half, and Anna was forced to appear before the judge. Anna's defense stated that Anna's intent was only ever to repay debts and services she'd received in exchange for Instagram publicity. Anna's defense likened Anna to Frank Sinatra because they both created golden opportunity in New York. It is almost as if Anna went from begging for attention on Instagram and social media to creating a spectacle in court so she could get the attention she needed. After 48 hours of deliberation, on April 25th of 2019, a jury found Anna Sorokin guilty of 8 charges. Anna was found not guilty of attempted grand larceny in the first degree. Because she was unsuccessful, she wasn't guilty of attempted. Let me know what you think, because I feel like she was attempting to get it. So how was she not guilty of attempted grand larceny? That was attempted grand larceny. But, I mean, maybe because she didn't succeed, they didn't. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments. The second charge Anna was not found guilty of was larceny in the second degree for the alleged theft of $62,000 from Rachel Williams. I feel so bad for Rachel. She has been fooled and taken advantage of by Anna over and over. Rachel was introduced to a fake person who she befriended and then unfortunately had been taken extreme advantage of. She trusted Anna and she thought Anna was her friend. Anna saw Rachel as a stepping stone, just a means to get to the outcome that Anna wanted. I didn't talk too much about Anna's personal trainer either. This personal trainer was a trainer for celebrities, and Anna hired her to train herself. They also became friends, and Anna badly burned her. She was lucky to have gotten food poisoning in the middle of the Morocco trip, because if she hadn't, she would have probably been expected to pay part of that $62,000 too. We all know how awful food poisoning is, and I really feel like she was lucky to have that experience, the experience of awful gut-wrenching pain, not being off the toilet, rather than having to deal with Anna's possible manipulation. Please don't look at these women and think, how didn't they know, or how could you be friends with someone so entitled? Sometimes you find yourself in a situation where the truth is well hidden from you, so you don't always know. It isn't their fault that Anna took advantage of them. I also want to say, lately I have noticed that fraud, scams, and other types of money or status-related crimes have been a hot topic for discussion. People have taken interest in the least likely person climbing or clawing their way to the top, socially, financially. It doesn't matter who they hurt or who they step on, what they destroy, or even how much they steal, lie, cheat. I think that we feel this way since a lot of people aspire to be socially and financially part of this elite group. But in reality, that top isn't the best position to be in at all times. We may feel pity for Anna because she just wanted success. Lying, cheating, stealing, destroying other people's lives is not always the way to get it. Many people trample on all kinds of people on the road to success. That may be true, but that doesn't make it okay. Just because we see things happen often doesn't make it any better. It just desensitizes us. And the more we get used to seeing it happen, the more it will happen. I do feel bad for Rachel, and I am appalled that she didn't get justice. I don't feel quite as bad for City National because it's a big bank, and that's a combo for another day. But Anna was also quoted saying, "I'd be lying to you and everyone else and to myself if I said I was sorry for anything." On the 9th of May in 2019, Anna Sorokin was sentenced to 4 to 12 years in prison and a $24,000 fine, as well as being ordered to pay restitution. Anna had been residing at Rikers Island during the trial process. While at Rikers Island, Anna ended up receiving 13 infractions, which consisted of misbehavior. Some of these infractions included disobeying orders and fighting, which ultimately led to Anna spending Christmas in solitary confinement. After the trial, Anna received her 4 to 12 year sentence and went to Bedford Hills Correctional Facility for Women. From there, she was transferred to Albion Correctional Facility. On February 11th, 2021, Anna Sorokin was released on parole. Anna was clearly the same Anna that went into prison when she got out. She went to the Nomad Hotel and immediately hired a German camera crew to follow her around. But 6 weeks after that, ICE, or Immigration and Customs Enforcement, took Anna into custody. Anna had overstayed her visa. Anna is currently being held in New Jersey County Jail, waiting to be deported back to Germany, but is contesting that. As of January 2022, Anna Sorokin is still in New Jersey County Jail, and she has tested positive for COVID-19. She was placed in quarantine. She isn't a murderer, but she did ruin a lot of lives. So I don't know. I hope your throat is really sore and jail sucks, but I don't want you to die. An immigration judge also ruled that if Anna was released, she would probably be able to and commit the same types of frauds that she's already committed. So Anna is waiting to find out if she's going to be deported currently. Jessica Pressler wrote an article on Anna in 2018. So we are going back a little bit. Jessica Pressler's article was published in New York in American Biweekly magazine. New York is a magazine about life and culture and style. After this article was published, Netflix offered Sorokin money for the rights to her life story. Anna accepted, and Netflix agreed to pay Anna $320,000. However, New York's Attorney General was like, no way, there is a law against this, and sued Anna in 2019. The Son of Sam law is a law that prohibits criminals from profiting from their crimes. They aren't able to sell their stories and make a bunch of money. This law lets the state seize assets earned from these types of deals. And that's exactly what happened to Anna. She was sued and forced to pay most of the money she earned from Netflix towards her restitution. She ended up with a little bit, like $30,000, I think. Anna Sorokin has been a big topic in the media ever since her name was introduced to the public. As previously mentioned, she has sold her life story to Netflix, and Rachel Williams also made a book called My Friend Anna. But Anna Sorokin has also been a topic of many TV show episodes, including American Greed by CNBC, an episode of 2020, an episode of 60 Minutes, an episode of Generation Hustle by HBO Max. Anna has been interviewed by Deborah Roberts and Liam Bartlett. The Netflix series Inventing Anna was created by Shonda Rhimes and has been released as of February 2022. It was the top watch on Netflix for the first week of its release. Anna recently signed a reality show deal with Bunman and Murray Productions for a series on Anna's life after prison. She plans to write a book and start a podcast as well, talking about her life after prison and during prison. I kind of find that interesting how criminals are able to talk about their time in prison and their time after prison and make money off of that, but they can't make money on the crime. I don't know, it's kind of interesting to me. Sorokin is still maintaining social media accounts though. She suggests they are satire, but we all know now that small town Anna Sorokin is most likely exactly where she wanted to be. She has tons of attention. She has everyone talking about her books, TV shows, movies. She's making money and not on her crimes. She's selling her prison experience, like I said, her after jail life, which seems to be like a loophole. But I suppose either way, Anna came out on top in the long run, which is a little bit crappy. She victimized so many people, and if you watch some of these TV shows episodes about Anna where she's interviewed, it's plainly clear that she does not feel bad. She has no guilt, no conscience. She does not care. These people were literally like stair steps for her to get to where she is now. She did all this, tried to commit fraud, and she failed, but she only spent a little bit of time in jail, and now she is back on top again. It's ridiculous. Funny side note, Anna is said to have a boyfriend now. Maybe she's been released. I'm not sure. Anyway, Anna's boyfriend has hidden his identity, but has done TED Talks, supposedly, and they started a bid for her boyfriend's face reveal. The starting bid was $10,000. I think that is hilarious. I did just go and check to see if Anna was still in jail, and I think that she is still incarcerated. by ICE. If I am wrong and any of you know that, please let us know in the comments, because I'm interested to know. I haven't yet watched Inventing Anna, and I'm going to eventually. I already knew a lot about Anna, so I do find it intriguing. If you are interested in any other Anna Sorokin Delvey related topics, and my sources will be in the description below, like I have said previously, the book, the Netflix series, and any other links I think you might find useful. Thank you so much for tuning in for today's video. Anna Sorokin was a very manipulative, smart, but uncaring. She took advantage of everybody around her in order to get her to the place she wanted to be in life. Some people may not think that that is wrong, but it is. It is wrong. Thanks for sticking with me through this video. I hope to see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button if you found this video interesting, and I love to hear your comments. I am hopefully soon going to create a Google Doc so that you guys can let me know what type of stories and topics you would like to hear about, because I can't decide these all on my own. I need help. Okay. Thanks. See you next video. Bye bye.